Welcome friends. In lesson 3, I'm going to talk about Java statements, variables, data types, start programming, keywords. Java statements are single executable actions and they usually end with a semicolon. And we also have methods which are calls for action. Do something. For example, if you have print line, the open and close or the round bracket, that's a method. So this command means print out the word this. The same thing too, this is a main method. So anytime you see this round bracket, that indicates that this is a method. So this makes the whole program to execute. Then we also have the read integer, which also has the open and close brackets. This reads integer typed in by the user. So the first program that we wrote, if you remember in the second lesson, was we use void main. The main method is a main method, then we open with a curly braces, then whatever we had in between these curly braces are the actions that we want this program to perform. In this case, we are telling it to print the word hello world. We did that, and when you run that command, you have hello world printed. So I'll just take this and paste it on our JUDO platform. So you have void main, curly braces open and close. In between you have print line hello world. So when you run this will be compiled and the result comes out as hello world. So let's look at Java variables. A variable refers to the memory location that holds values like numbers, text in the computer memory. So it's a memory location that holds these values. So a variable in Java is like a placeholder for something else. For example, in maths, if you write x is equal to 73, x is a variable that takes the value 73 in this case. The type of variable must be declared at the start of a program. The type of variable must be declared at the start of the program. Each line of statement ends with a semicolon. We've mentioned that before. So the rules for writing variables are: 1. The first character must be a letter, not a number. The remaining positions can be filled with numbers or letters or even underscore. You don't need to create spaces or bring in spaces when you're writing variables. Variables are case sensitive. That means they must be written the same way every time. So for example, capital price is not the same thing as small p price. It is usual for variables to start with a lowercase letter and any subsequent words can be capitalized, like cost, price, selling price, my age, the number. Make variables named understandable. Use real words that describe what it does. For example, rectangular width, box length, car speed, cricket score, and the rest of them. So these are all illegal variables because here in this case you have a number in front, so that's illegal. Here you have another number in front, and here you have a space, so they are all illegal. So you can try this exercise. So I'm going to pause for 1 minute for you to try that and tell me which ones are legal and which are not illegal. Okay, so continuing, we have Java declaration. All variables must be declared, that is, they must tell the processor what type of data type that they are. Data types are a number such as integer or double, or text such as string, or true or false data type called a boolean. These are all data types. For example, integer is expected to be whole numbers. So if you're talking about age, you don't have fraction when it comes to age. So if you're using variable to define my age, then the data types will be integer. Prices can have these small numbers. That's why we're using double as a data type. Then string basically talks about characters, so we use that. Then the boolean is asking us, do we like Java? Yes or no. So that's where boolean data types comes in Java initialization. Initialization must be done after the declaration. It is supposed to give the value to the variable. If there's no value, Java assumes that the value is 0 or false for a boolean. For example, of initialization is when you specify the variable for age, you have to initialize by giving it a value. For example, here my age is equal to 14, price is equal to 12.95, my name is equal to Fred Dust, and likes Java false. So this is here we are initializing these variables by giving it values. So variables can be declared and initialized in the same line. So what that means is you can specify the data type and you give a variable name and also give it a value. So here the integer is used for my age and the value is this, double for price, the value is that, string for the variable my name and the value is this, and boolean for like Java and the value is what you're saying here. So declaration and initialization should be done at the top of the program before the variables are used.